9-point game, Lakers trail. And here's James on the line from Westbrook. Davis. Oh, great effort. Crashes in. Walker finds James. James lays it in. He is a basket away now. Westbrook looking for James. He's got it. Coming to the end of the third quarter. LeBron James, a shot at history. And LeBron stands alone. The NBA's all-time scoring record now belongs to LeBron James.
So last night or early this morning was all about LeBron James. Maybe we can call him the greatest of all time, but let's just say the record holder, based on points scored in the world of NBA. With that, we welcome you to Kickoff Sports Show this Wednesday morning. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker 9. Somebody's about to hit me hard this morning based on LA Lakers, but there's no problem.
I'm not doing that.
Starboy day for you. Starboy day for you.
I am not doing that. I don't do that. I'm a very gentle lady. I don't want to fight.
But
you
let's
this
allow
morning.
Benny.
It was just yesterday we were talking about LeBron James' disappointment about Kyrie Irving not being with the LA Lakers. Today he's on the news again. Well, that's a good one, although it was not a good night for LA Lakers.
I know where you are going and where you are coming from.
Congratulate the man of the hour for
He's not the man of the hour. It's man of the moment.
Man of the moment,
Thank
man
you.
of the minute, man of the second. We don't even know if it's a 2 second or whatever.
Can we
just know
focus?
that he did great.
How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning to you. Everyone, good morning as well.
Okay, so we'll go straight and check updates from the world of. We continue with basketball this morning before we talk tennis. As a look at so many stories. But remember, tonight is going to be the FIFA Club World Cup clash between Real Madrid and La Liga as a semi-final. Leeds United will take on Manchester United. FA Cup game between Fulham and Sunderland also going down in case we don't have enough time to go because somebody has already, put saw into the time of the show this morning. But LeBron James has passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to become the NBA's all-time leading point scorer in the regular season. We saw Abdul-Jabbar there yesterday. Now, James reached the landmark in the wee hours of today in the game against Oklahoma City Thunders, clinching a historic point with a fade-away jumper shot late in the third quarter. He reached the end of the third period with 36 points and 12 of 18 shooting with 5 rebounds and 3 steals. Although
They lost.
we lost.
I like the
I
fact
said
you used we. You didn't
by
say
130
they.
to 133 points. But you know, matter.
One way, that's 3 points.
Thank you.
Your,
But here's
your margin is just something else.
What's the margin? No, what's the margin? Just 3 points.
You're always losing by 1 point.
Thank
by
you. It
2
shows that we are
points,
playing
by
against
3
tough teams.
points,
We are
and
playing against strong
sometimes you
teams.
lose by 30 points.
But now, LeBron James is saying here that despite setting the record or breaking the record, he will continue to play. There's nothing stopping him, although the body will tell him the time to quit.
It's so surreal because it's something I never, made a goal of mine or set out to do. It's just happened. Longevity, me being able to be on the floor for 3 multiple franchises, going and trying to be the greatest I could be every single night, and having great teammates and coaches that allow me to be me. So I don't know if it's hit me. It hit me a little bit on the floor when my family got on the floor after it happened, and I've seen all my friends and family, but it hasn't quite soaked in just yet. No, big fella for sure. I know I can play a couple more years. The way I'm feeling, the way my body's been reacting to me throughout this course of the season. I know I can play a couple more years. It's all about my mind. If my mind is still into it, if I'm still motivated to go out and try to compete for championships, because I feel like that's what I can still do for any group of guys, for any franchise. I can go out there and still help win multiple championships or win a championship. So that's my mindset, but it's all about the mind. If my mind is sharp and I feel motivated to go out and prepare myself every single day, then you're not going to continue to play this game.
It's just like what happened in the FIFA World Cup final where Mbappe scored a hat-trick. But Messi's Argentina won the World Cup. Well, remember, guys, you can watch us live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, facebook.com/Solutions939FM, and you can jump on our YouTube channel, Solutions939FM, like, share, subscribe, and keep getting notifications of all our shows. You can also post a comment if you are a lover of basketball, a lover of LeBron James. You have a team. So, like FIFA, she doesn't have a team in the NBA, but she likes just hitting the ball.
Put you in to make sure that everybody knows that you're not always a winner. But let's see the results of games from the NBA this morning. Orlando Magic lost the game against New York Knicks, 98 points to 102 points. Brooklyn Nets lost also at home against Phoenix Suns, 112 points to 116. New Orleans Pelicans won at home against Atlanta Hawks, 116 to 107. Memphis Grizzlies held on to their home front, winning 104 points to 89 points. Denver Nuggets 146 win against Minnesota Timberwolves 112. LA Lakers, we told you earlier, 130. Orlando Magic.
Can we talk about tennis this morning? Let's talk about tennis this morning and look at results of games coming from the Dallas Open, ATP 250. Radu Albert, Yimbing Wu, Johnny Isner, all through to the next round, winning their games this morning. But looking at other results of games coming from fixtures of games, I beg your pardon, scheduled for today. Emilio Gomez will be up against Daniel by 7 o'clock tonight. Zakari Jada will be up against Daniel Atmaya. Oscar Ote against Christopher Eubanks. And Jeffrey John Wolf to take on Radu Albert. Let's look at the Cordoba Open as we have results of games also decided in the wee hours of today. 2 games.
Yeah, Federico the Bernice and Guido Pella were through, and then we have games for today. Joao Sousa and Thomas Echeverry will be playing today.
Well, Facundo Barnes will be up against Marco Cecchinato. Marcel Barrios will be up against Berape Zapata Miralles. And looking at the tournaments going down in France, that is the Open Suit of France in Montpellier, ATP 250. We've got a lot of doubles events, but one has been cancelled. That's a clash between Nicolas Mahart, Vasek Wassersil against Hendrik Jebens and Fabien Fallard. But looking at other games scheduled for today, Mikael Oyumar, 2 o'clock, will be up against Emil Ruseveri, as Alejandro Davidovic Fokina will be up against Ugo Umbat. Goguri Barrere will be up against Alexander Boblik by 4 o'clock. Arthur Fuse later today will be up against Roberto Batista. In Abu Dhabi Women's Tennis Open, we've got a lot of games that are also scheduled for today, starting 12 o'clock. Kueng Zheng against Jelena Ostapenko. Elisa Mertens against Veronika Kudermetova. Marta Kostoik taking on Belinda Bencic. Those are the updates coming from that end. Also, we also have Upper Austria Ladies Linz. But hey, because of our time, we have to move and talk Formula One this morning.
Okay, Alpha. I want to say Alpha. Well, Alfa Romero have reviewed that the new look for the C43 car for the new Formula One season, as the team looks to build an impressive 2023. Okay, build on it. Describing the car as lean and mean in a launch held jointly in Zurich and Sabo's near headquarters in Wales. Alpha has said that their red car, red and white livery from previous years, is in favor of an aggressive red and black look, and new title partners take prominent throughout.
Okay, but I can't just wait to have my Mercedes back this time around, and we show the Red Bull what we are made of.
I don't think you guys are coming back.
It is about your thinking. Is it your thinking?
Okay.
Okay, it is your thinking.
It's about what you can do, actually, the drivers.
Shout out to Agubi Ade Sharif live on Facebook. Oluwasegun Afolabi, Fumilayo Ojo Oyewale. We move straight and talk football this morning. It is about co-hosting the South American continent. What's happening ahead of 2030? Do not go anywhere.
Keep it 93.9.
It is still Kiko Sports Show live here on Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM here in the city of Ibadan. The first half of AM Update, where we serve you everything sports for the first 15 minutes of the show. And well, we've been able to put you through Formula One, basketball, tennis. Now let's talk football. Argentina, Chile, Paraguay, and Uruguay officially submitted a joint bid to host the 2030 World Cup on Tuesday, calling for the tournament to return where football was born 100 years ago, after the first World Cup was held in Montevideo. During a ceremony at the Argentine Football Association, officials of the four countries were joined by Alejandro Dominguez, the president of the South American Football Confederation, CONMEBOL, who said he hopes FIFA can show a gesture of greatness towards the region and allow it to organize the tournaments. If I could remember, Brazil hosted the World Cup like a few years ago. Okay. All right, now let's talk about the FIFA Club World Cup based on results and what will be happening today.
Well, Saudi Arabia's Al Ali stunned 10
Al Hilal.
Al Hilal stunned 10-man Flamengo to reach Club World Cup final with a 3-2 victory on Tuesday, thanks to two penalties from Salem Al Dwasari and a close range strike from Luciano Vieto. Well, it was an open score in the spot after 3 minutes, while Pedro leveled for the Brazilians. Their hopes were hit where Garson conceded a penalty and was sent off in the first half stoppage time.
Remember, Al Hilal, the first Saudi side to reach the World Cup final, will face the winners of tonight's clash between Real Madrid and Al Ali on Wednesday. I mean, which is the day in Rabat. But hey, so there's a difference between Al Ali and Al Hilal. You get it now. This is not LA Lakers. This is not LA Lakers. All right, now let's go straight to Italy. Well, results came the way of Juventus last night. Massimiliano Allegri hailed Juventus' mental fortitude after responding to a troublesome period following their point deduction with victory at Salernitana. I mean, that game should be easy for them. Should they have failed to get that win, that means Massimiliano Allegri should just be looking at the exit door and say, hey, you boys, but the result came their way yesterday. Good win for Juventus. 3-0 it was for his side. And looking at goal scorers, Vlahovic, Kostic, for Vlahovic getting a brazen down one. So maybe they can also get motivation from this particular one and they move to be better. 10th on the Italian Serie A log, and their next game would be against Fiorentina. And Fiorentina is the 10th on the Italian Serie A log with 24 points from 21 matches, winning 6, drawing 6, and losing 9. Okay, now let's look at some other updates before wrapping up the show. This morning in the FA Cup, it was Wrexham's fairy tale FA Cup run finally ending by Sheffield United thanks to 2 stoppage time goals that gave the championship side a 3-1 victory over their non-league opponent in Tuesday's FA Cup round replay at Bramall Lane. And let's talk about Manchester United taking on managerless Leeds United today.
Manager United Eric Ten Hag as defender striker Wout Weghorst, despite scoring just 1 goal, says his lone move to Old Trafford. Weghorst started United's last 6 games since arriving from Burnley in January, but has found the net just once.
Yes.
And that was in the 3-0.
It was 3-0 draw.
3-0
right?
draw.
Oh, that was. I mean,
Victory
they got
over
the win,
Nottingham Forest
right?
in the Carabao Cup semi-final first leg.
Yes, but for Wales, I mean, I keep saying one thing. If you think you are getting a player because of his performance at the World Cup, I'm sorry. You will not get what you need. Go and ask Real Madrid. They got James Rodriguez.
No, the thing is, you should do the most recent one.
Cody Gakpo.
No, it's not even Gakpo.
Okay.
It's Arsenal signing of Joe Gill and Trossard.
No. Enzo Fernandez that went to Chelsea. But it is what it is.
See, everybody will be fine.
Because they're right. But talking about Manchester United, here is Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag speaking ahead of the clash against Leeds United.
Definitely, and you don't know. And we have to be aware of that. So when Jesse Marsch was in the lead, it was clear how they play. So way of play, about system, about style. Now it's possible that they change, but it's also possible they don't change. And I think we only will find out on the pitch tomorrow. But then we need good anticipation on that. If they change, and if they're not, we know what to do. But if they change, we need better anticipation, for instance, as we did against Villa. Difference with them was in that time when Emery came in that...
Let us wait and see to see what happens to Manchester United or happens to Leeds United. Well, we'll wrap up and we'll move to the other side of the show this morning. We'll look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. My name is Oladapo Kunubi. Good morning.
gbogbo èèyàn ló máa ti máa ṣe bolóyè adébáyọ̀ adélábù pẹ̀ǹkẹ̀lẹ̀ mẹ́ẹ̀sì ọmọ níbi níran ni ó ti ṣetán láti gbé ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ débùté ògo ká fi ìbò wa gbé ojúlówó ọmọ pẹ̀ǹkẹ̀lẹ̀ wọlé àkọọdù lẹ́gbẹ́ wa òkè téńté la wà lórí ìwé ìdìbò ká fi ìka wa sọ̀rọ̀ gbé olóyè tó lọ́gbọ́n tó mọ àtòlú dépò kí ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ lè gòkè àgbà báyọ̀ adélábù la fẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ olówó ni ọ̀rẹ́ mẹ̀kúnnù ni pẹ̀lú báyọ̀ adélábù dé ìrànlọ́wọ́ dé fún tilé toko.
gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀yọ́ ti gbáradì nírẹ̀ pẹ́tẹ́ pé gbogbo wa la máa jáde dìbò fún pẹ̀ǹkẹ̀lẹ̀.
Great people of your South Senatorial District, what do you want?
Freedom, development, youth empowerment.
That is right. Here is another 4 years opportunity to get it right in your South Senatorial District. Cast your vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto under the auspices of Labour Party as our representative at the National House of Assembly, Senate. Otto, a man of the people, credible and intelligent leader, social transformer, an advocate for youth empowerment always. On this note, market men and women, artisans, civil servants, students across all levels, social groups, religious houses and many others. Vote for Honorable Oluwasegun Theophilus Oladimeji Otto to represent Oyo South Senatorial District on the Labour Party with the logo of a father, mother and children. Let's do it together. No carryover. Vote for Otto. Labour Party!
Forward ever!
Ẹ káàárọ̀ nílùú Ìbàdàn. Solutions 93.9 FM.
Gbogbo wa ní ètò ìdìbò kan ó sì yẹ kí a dì í bí ẹni wípé ọ̀kan tó kù tí a dìrè torí pé ó ṣe kókó ó sì ṣe pàtàkì ọ̀nà kan fún ìrètí ọjọ́ iwájú tó dán mọ́rán ní kí a kópa tiwa. Ètò ìdìbò kù ọjọ́ 16 báyìí. Dìbò lọ́jọ́ dìbò.
Ìkéde ìwá láti ìkànnì Solutions 93.9 FM. Keep it 93.9.
It is 16 days to the 2023 general elections. Remember, we all have to vote like our lives and the world depend on it. Because they do. The only way to be certain of our future is to make it by ourselves.
This message is powered by a Remedy Radio dial. Solutions 939 FM.
Laffy.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fumini cash.
You need cash.
Fumini cash.
Why are you starting?
I want cash. Give me cash.
Well, the cash is where it is at the moment, but I think Nigerians are still struggling out there to get cash.
As of this morning, it seems like the ATM ports are already dispensing because I saw long queues
I
right in
think
front of the
while I was
ATM.
going home yesterday, I realized that many banks ATMs started working, and I saw people. I think that's a kind of a sign of a relief there, and
Yes.
hopefully before the end of the week, things will get much better because we are looking at the deadline, which is on Friday, I guess.
Yeah,
that is
that's
the 10th
2 days to go.
of February. Okay, it's 9:20 on Solutions 93.9 FM, and it's my pleasure to welcome you on today's edition of From the Daily segment on AM Update. My name is Adi Damola Lafenwa.
And my name is Favor Olorutola.
Okay, I've got the Punch and the Vanguard newspapers with me this morning.
Now we're taking stories from the Nigerian Tribune and the Nation newspaper.
Okay, starting off from the Vanguard, we have impacted 15 million Nigerians through humanitarian programs. That is credited to Ajia Sadiya Umar Farouk, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. And moving further, opposition frustrating efforts to reduce new currency pains. Lai Mohammed. Naira scarcity, we won't be used to derail general election, CBN assures INEC. Lagos 2023 budget, modern infrastructure projects to go up 482.86 billion naira. No Nigerian casualty in Turkey quake, envoy. And moving to the Punch newspaper now, fuel scarcity, marketers changing pump price with impunity, alleges TUC. Naira, APC governors sued Buhari for personal benefits, says Melaye. And then I have another one. Naira fuel scarcity, Ogun youths attack banks as protests escalate. New Naira, protesters block CBN entrance in Edo. Nance threatens nationwide protest over Naira scarcity, fuel price hike. And then the last one I'll be taking from the Punch newspaper, politicians lobbying with millions to join LP Utomi.
Here on the Nation newspaper, I am going to give a graphic picture of what I see here. It's protests, people burning logs of wood on the road, protesting the Naira scarcity, and a lot of queues right in front of banks and petrol stations there. But let's see. With this, Benin CBN offers bank branches shut as protesters block Benin Ore Road, and Buhari meets Tambuwal in Mayfiele. You can also get a story on the Nation newspaper. Tinubu calls for calm over cash crunch, petrol scarcity. Atiku promises to ensure smooth exploration of Bauchi oil as Wike Oke Stadium for Atiku rally. CSOs target 3.5 million votes for Tinubu. IG orders posting of DIGs, AIGs, and CPs. I have the confidence, vision, and a capacity to rule. BAT. And we also have this court freeze Omokore, two firms in a 1.6 billion naira offered case, and NNPC CLCO. Petrol scarcity will ease next week.
Okay, let's be hopeful that the fuel scarcity will ease next week, as said. And something happened yesterday, that is the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had a visited the central bank governor, that is Godwin Emefiele, on this new Naira policy, and we'll be talking more on this issue and many other issues on the program this morning. Okay, you have other headlines to give?
Yes, today is the 8th of February, and this is the front page of the Nigerian Tribune here. IGP's orders posting the deployment of DIGs, AIG CPs as Lagos get new CPs. 2023 elections must not be truncated at others tell Buhari INEC. So we also have this one, few Naira crisis. TUC and also demand immediate action from Buhari CBN. And Buhari meets Tambuwal. We've read this on the Nation newspaper. CBN wouldn't be used to frustrate February. March pose a Mayfiele speaking assures INEC. Don't be scared. Come out to vote. NSA urges Nigerians. I will exploit oil discovery in Bauchi, Gombe for Nigerians' benefit. Atiku. Stray bullet eats one as protests rock Abeokuta, Ondo, Benin. Youth block Benin on a road over Naira fuel scarcity crisis. And there is this picture here. Death toll in Turkey, Syria quake as opposed to 7,000. Wow. Erdogan declared state of emergency. I've been seeing this story since Monday, and the first one that got my attention was the footballer that got missing. Thank God he's been found now, and the death toll is just something that we don't want to experience right here. It's something that we don't want to experience.
Okay, let me quickly join this. I've seen some headlines here which sound quite interesting. INEC working with parks managers, not MC Oluomo, Lagos Rec. And another one says, court acquits Desiani's ally of $1.6 billion fraud. And the last one, security challenges may threaten 2023 census, NSA. Okay, we'll be going to the burning issue right now.
Thank you for staying tuned. And now the first one here this morning is on from a monitored televised program where Dati Baba of the Labour Party was speaking on the responsibility of the president, saying that the promise to Nigerians wasn't to redesign the Naira, but to strengthen the Naira note.
Buhari's government is a legitimate one. They were sworn on the Nigerian constitution and they have the powers to do it. However, they don't have the powers to put Nigerians under stress. That's the power that they don't have. They swore to promote our welfare and protect our lives and property. We cannot take away that power from them. And if a preceding government, an outgoing government changes currency, an incoming government to go and change another currency or take it back to the old one, we will just be overheating the system. Changing the currency is not what was promised Nigerians. Improved, stronger Naira was what Nigerians were promised. CBN found itself proliferating its responsibilities. Election and electoral matters have nothing much per se to do with CBN. CBN is monetary policy, not even fiscal policy that they've engaged in severally.
Well, it's getting quite interesting, and we are all watching. But another thing that has been, on the lips of everyone, aside from the Naira scarcity, is the petrol scarcity, the fuel crisis, also in Nigeria. We've been getting stories or apologies from different quarters, but one has come out to actually apologize, and that's the NNPC MD, Mele Kyari, saying he's sorry. President Buhari did that last year. We also had a lot of people talking about this. And the question is it apologies that we really need in Nigeria or action?
First of all, I apologize for this situation. On behalf of all of us in the stakeholders in the oil and gas industry, definitely not surely exclusive. But having said this, it's unfortunate. It's a glitch. We are responding to this glitch. We will resolve this. I will bring succor and relief to Nigerian people. No doubt about it. No one orchestrated this. We have no benefit in doing this. We have families. We are members of part of this community. We are very, very proud of this country. We would like this country to prosper. We don't want Nigerians to suffer. And, of course, as a matter of conviction that we don't think that anyone should go through this. Now, having said this, you must have energy security in your country. That's what every country does. In many countries, you find out that it's the armed forces who actually keep the strategic stuff for their countries, because that's very critical, so that you don't run into the kind of situation that we are seeing today, even when it happens, so that you're able to come out of it very, very quickly. By the way, having fuel queues is really not something that is local to any one country. It happens everywhere whenever you have other glitches of price, pipeline issues, and so on and so on. But we don't hope that this happens to our country. But you must have guarantee of supply in your country, which is why we're focused on delivering our refineries, rehabilitation projects, so that ultimately this product becomes close to us. The Dangote refineries come by. The combination of this is that you will have product close to you. Now, this
Okay, the group managing director of NNPC Limited there, that is Mele Kiari, apologizing to Nigerians for the lingering fuel scarcity we've been experiencing for almost a month now, and the measures put in place by the NNPCL to forestall this ugly situation. Okay, it's AM Update on Solutions 93.9 FM, and we have quite a number of issues to be discussing this morning. We're talking about the narrow notes and the implications, the effect it's having on Nigerians, basically, especially when we have just 2 days to the deadline of this given by the CBN. Okay, Favor, let me ask you, how was it getting cash yesterday?
Okay, I did night on Monday.
Okay.
And I was here till around 2 o'clock. Not because I didn't want to go home, but because I was skeptical about getting cash.
Okay.
Fortunately for me, someone pointed to me a POS store whereby they given out 1,000 naira note, but you'll be exchanging it for 100 naira. And getting there, I was lucky enough to get about 3K, which was okay, which is going to sustain me. But the thing is that I believe that a lot of people are complaining. I was in the transport yesterday and someone was talking, saying that even market women are now behaving like the POS operators, asking for charges on what they sell out to people.
As in, if they are being paid cash or what?
No, it's if you're being paid through transfer. You know, we are already evolving, because something was mentioned yesterday that the whole of Nigerians were already evolving to a cashless policy, which is something I think we should embrace. Good, but maybe it's coming at a wrong time. Good. But she was complaining. She actually told the lady that I am your customer. I always come here every time. I bought a good worth of 200 or 2,000 naira, and it was 3,000 naira plus 5K plus, and then you're asking me to pay charges on top because I didn't bring cash. The woman was complaining. I deliberately I definitely got my cash by also being charged as well. So it's like a lot of people are complaining. I got my cash easy yesterday, but for the past few days, it's not been easy.
Well, I would have loved to speak with Dr. Cornerstone this morning, but getting him has not been so smooth this morning, because on Monday he was on the program and he kept on insisting that it is a good policy done at the right time, and we were trashing out an issue of this, whether we are ripe for this internet cash transfer, cashless policy per se in Nigeria, and he was hammering on the fact that there is never a better time for us to be ripe for this.
You know, the funny thing is that despite the fact that we do not have a very reliable internet access, some people overseas are cashing, or they are just, making sure that they get full, they utilize this opportunity by getting cash from Nigerians. If foreigners, if foreigners, I'm saying that bringing their businesses here, expanding the broadband, all of that. The fair fact is that if foreigners can actually, think ahead, can see that yes, there's prospects in this business, why is it that Nigerians can't do that? Do it themselves?
Well, my point now is not really about Nigerians not believing it. The factor I'm trying to point out here is Nigeria really ripe for this? Okay, there are some banks now that have been experiencing. I don't want to mention. There's a particular bank which starts with the letter Z, and people using that banks have been complaining of not being able to access even on internet. And something came out yesterday. Most of the banks, that particular bank I'm talking about, the branches were shut yesterday for almost a week now. People using that particular bank have been having serious problems and frustrations. Now, and that was what I was trying to tell Dr. Cornerstone on Monday, that those countries, those developed countries that are making use of this cashless policy, do they experience this? Are there not things to be put in place first before this new policy is being forced down the throat of Nigerians at the moment? I had a cash transfer made on Thursday, and until Monday morning, I was debited quite all right. The person I sent the cash to never got the alert. I had to go to the bank on Monday to make excuse, to make complaint, and even to get into the bank that day. I mean, and I'm sure as we're talking now, there are so many Nigerians out there who are also experiencing this thing. So the question is, it's a good policy, let's say that, but is this the right time for this to be implemented? Let us be realistic about this issue. We've had people doing transfers, and the money is getting hanged somewhere. That's my point this morning. But maybe we will have to open the phone lines and open the Facebook page as well for listeners to drop their own comment on what they feel about this new policy.
Or you can call into the studio this morning, 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 22 939, 0909 88 89 939, and 0912 22 22 939. Remember, the Facebook page is Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM to drop your comments. I will have to agree with that, what you said about transactions.
Okay.
At the moment, my bank account is in a mess because I do not know what's going on with my bank. I'm being debited for not, making any transaction.
For not making any transaction.
Any transaction. I was kind of wondering what happened. I'm still, giving it time because maybe it might be the network or something. It's going to be resolved. But as at yesterday, I checked my balance and I was like, I didn't do anything. What's going on with this? So it's everyone going through this at this moment.
Well, okay. That's why I'm raising this issue, that are we really ripe for this internet banking thing, the cashless policy. Okay, we have some comments already on our Facebook page. Should we take this comment? Okay, we have this coming from Oluwaseun Ruth, and she said, there is nothing this APC administration led by Buhari has put there and as a government that has really worked. They redesigned the Naira, in fact recolored the Naira note, yet the country has been thrown into chaos due to this. They told us subsidy was an organized crime by the then government of Goodluck Jonathan to loot our commonwealth. Yet a liter of fuel today is sold at 400 to 450 naira per liter, even with subsidy. I will implore Nigerians to use their PVC to vote wisely in a few weeks' time. May God deliver us from this maladministration.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Ayodele.
Ayodele, okay, let's have your take.
From Malatia.
Okay, let's have your take.
Yeah, to me, there's nothing wrong with cashless policy.
Okay, I remember you called in on Monday and you supported it too. I said I remember you called in on Monday and you said there's nothing wrong with it, that it's a good thing.
You know I'm consistent about it.
Yes, yeah.
We are talking about restructuring, economic restructuring. It's part of it. It's the way as a step to cashless policy.
Okay.
The designing of notes is not peculiar to Nigeria.
Okay.
The Apex Bank has the right to do so. I think within 5 to 8 years or so. But the problem is about some of us are saboteurs. And if you are saying, are we right for it, then when is the right time? There's no better time than now.
But what about the problems we are experiencing with these internet services, the failing internet services, making cash transfers difficult?
My brother, Nigeria is a developing country.
Okay.
Not a developed country.
Okay.
We will be there. It's a matter of time. Let's start from somewhere.
Okay.
That is my answer to it.
Oh, okay. Okay. You say let's start from somewhere. You're still standing on the point, the opinion on Monday. Okay. Let's say if we can get another caller. Okay. You want to take another comment?
Yes.
Okay.
Ayodele Daminola, 2023 general elections, no doubt, is under serious threat. Or how can a country be facing fuel and money crisis simultaneously? There is no way INEC can conduct a credible general elections going by the happiness in the land. Unfortunately, the federal government seems not to be bothered. A lot of Nigerians will be disenfranchised, no doubt. We should not also forget that there is insecurity ravaging the land. So what kind of prayers do we pray for Nigeria? I saw something on Twitter yesterday. I'm going to say good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Balkis, good morning. Hello, are you there? Okay, Balkis, maybe you need to
The
call
network
back.
is- Okay, I saw something on Twitter yesterday. Oh, okay, we have another call. Okay, it's about someone saying that Nigeria is a proof that prayers doesn't actually work for good leadership.
What way?
I wanted to ask the question, but it seemed as though I couldn't. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Balkis Amadia calling back.
Okay, Balkis, good morning.
Okay, regarding the Naira redesign, no matter the time President Muhammadu Buhari decides to do it, Nigerians will still complain that the timing is wrong. Then I think the goal of Naira redesign is to pave the way for a cashless policy economy. But with a lot of anomalies, especially insecurity, fuel scarcity now, then we are now even having Naira scarcity. I think it's making the situation more tense because it's becoming more difficult.
Okay, Balkis, just before you go, please, I want to ask you a question. Do you feel that the government, the federal government, has put enough things in place for us to be ready for this cashless policy thing?
They have not. I was coming to that.
Okay,
They have
all right.
not.
Okay.
Because even before this Naira redesign and cashless policy, we've been having issues with mobile transactions. Then when there is now a Naira scarcity, we've been having increased mobile transactions in banks, and a lot of commercial banks are overwhelmed and having issues. I read about 2 banks, but I wouldn't want to mention their names, that have closed some of their branches due to the overwhelming situation. So the network issue is one of the things that the CBN should have looked into, and how people can seamlessly go through that cashless situation. But right now, I don't even know how they are going to do it, because I know a lot of people without bank accounts in Nigeria.
Yes.
How do we transact business
with them?
Then now that with the network issue, how do they want to address that as well? So even though I'm still looking at partial cashless economy, we are still not ready. May God help us in Nigeria.
Man, thank you very much for that contribution. Okay, Favor, you were trying to say something.
Yes, it's on the prayers and leadership.
Okay. You have another caller.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this is Ruth calling from Alaska.
Ruth, okay, let's have your take. Good morning.
Thank you. Now that INEC has come out, the first scarcity and new Naira scarcity will affect election logistics. So it has really shown that the APC government has failed to put meaningful measures in place. You know, we keep facing first scarcity on a daily basis. And yet, despite being blessed with natural resources, I'm supposed to be experiencing all this? No. So, won't this affect with the masses that want to cast our vote on the election day? And Mr. President has promised Nigeria that we are going to get free and fair and credible election. Please, is this how he promised to give us this credible election? So, I hope we get it right this coming election. Thank you. That's my contribution.
All right, thank
you very much.
If you have the number, you want to drop your 1 cent on this issue, 0909 88 89 939, 0912 22 22 939, 0909 88 89 939, and 0912 22 22 939. Facebook is Solutions 939 FM.
Okay, now today is the 8th day in the month of February, and the general election will commence on the 25th. And I wasn't surprised when the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, raised an alarm and had to go to visit Godwin Emefiele, and the central bank governor, to tell him that this new Naira cash policy, it's going to affect might affect this general election. And coming from the angle that fuel scarcity, we are still experiencing that, and now access to funds. For the INEC chairman to have come out to raise concern about this, it takes it's something we all need to look at the moment. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Bella from England.
Okay, good morning.
Please, my dear brother, I just want to make this contribution that from all that is happening in Iran, have to just think that something is wrong with this accused president that you are calling President Buhari. Don't you know is the number one father of all scammers?
No, please, you have to be civil with your choice of words, please. We understand your anger and your frustration, but please, let's be civil on air.
Are you okay with all that is happening?
We are all Nigerians. We all experience this thing.
Okay, may God therefore try. No problem.
Amen.
If you listen to the beginning of the program, you would realize that myself and Laffy were lamenting.
I was actually stranded yesterday.
I
I'm
stayed
just saying
in the
I was
office
stranded
till 2
yesterday.
o'clock because I couldn't get cash. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Kemi, good morning.
No one is happy. Let's be sincere with each other. No one is happy with the situation of things across the nation. Nigerians are frustrated. We are tired. People are sad. People are not happy because of the situation. There is no fuel. There is no cash. There is high level of insecurity. The list goes on and on.
On and on.
Why do we have government? Why? Why are we voting? Are we not voting to experience good governance? Are we not voting in order to experience good dividends of democracy? But unfortunately, that is the case when it comes to Nigeria's system of government. At the moment, the economy is becoming unbearable for a common man. The funniest part, unfortunately, the elite, they are not feeling the heat. We, the masses, are the ones feeling the heat. People are protesting. Yes, people are protesting. See what happened at Okita yesterday in the state. People are frustrated. They are protesting because they have been pushed to the wall. I will implore Nigerians, this protest, spoiling of property can't solve the problem. The only power we have is the natives of our PVC. We have 3 days left to cast our vote, to vote for a credible leader, a credible candidate that will serve the masses. You know, it's still quite funny how federal government keep means towards this. They are yet to address the nation, just like your state governor did 2 days ago. It's glaring that they are not even bothered about the class of the masses. They are not even bothered. We have the power in our hands by voting in a credible leader in this forthcoming general election. If we are actually tired of experiencing bad governance under APC government, because it is obvious APC has let us down. Good morning, Kenny calling from Akobo.
Thank you. Good morning, Kemi. You know, after the program on yesterday, because I was actually stranded. When we were talking about being stranded, yesterday, all Nigerians and we are all experiencing these things. But
if I'm not experiencing it, I wouldn't say good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
morning.
Actually, calling from
Okay, let's have your take.
See, what the annex said about this Naira crisis that may hamper the election, we don't need a soothsayer before we can decide on it. Because this Naira is like bloodline for human being. You got to say something. If there's no money, some people, if the constitution is too much.
We do not have the refinery. All the refineries we have in Port Harcourt and the like, they are not working. They are not functioning. Despite promising, this government at the center, promising Nigeria that they will fix our refinery, a refinery a year. By now, we should be counting 7 to 8 refineries under their administration. They even borrowed dollars to fix Port Harcourt refinery, hoping that they will deliver it this previous December. But nothing to show for it. Now, NNPC apologized.
Full and optimistic.
We've been open for the past 7 to 8 years.
Now they're telling us they will fix it within a week. Why are they fooling us? Federal government keep fooling Nigerians. I will repeat myself again. Nigerians should vote wisely in this forthcoming general election. If we repeat the mistake we made in 2015 by voting in this set of animation at the center, we will just keep ranting. Nothing will change. Good morning, Kemi calling from Akubo.
Okay, good morning. Let's take some comments on the Facebook. Okay, Aderonke Akoride Oladele. It is not only Naira crisis that may disrupt polls, but all other activities will also be grounded. Why is it that the priority of the INEC is only on the general election while Nigerians are dying of hunger and businesses are folding up owing to the issues of fuel scarcity and non-availability of new Naira notes? Who will vote on the day of election?
Fail to put measures in place that will make it work effectively. What a disappointing and failing government.
Okay, Bossede Favor. Good morning. Mr. President is always adamant to his decisions, come what may, and I'm sure the court cannot boycott his decisions, especially with the proof that they by suing to the president. Now, what we have from Mr. President is that we should give him 7 more days to fix things right, of which I'm sure measures not taken earlier to make the policy effective will not really move the defaulters bankers. May we never have APC leadership at the helms of affairs in this nation. Okay, Boss said they favor. Okay, do we still have more comments on our Facebook page that we can read? No. Okay, well, another thing I'd like to talk about is, it's still disheartening that Nigeria being one of the highest crude oil producers in the world, and we are still suffering and going through difficulties to have access to something that God has blessed.
Actually,
brunches and everything.
You know what? Why are you even talking
That's
about?
I'm on the fact that are we really right for
no,
this?
when you're even talking about
pay for transport fare. Now, how do they get the cash when the parents don't even have access to the cash? So that's what I was trying to tell Mr. Ayo earlier when he called in that, okay, this cash, it's a good thing, but have things been put in place for this thing to work effectively in Nigeria? Okay, we have just 4 minutes left. It's about time for us to say our BYE on the program. We wish we had more time to talk about this issue, but thank you very much for everyone that listened and those that called in and those that dropped their comments on our Facebook page. By the grace of God, we'll be together again tomorrow morning for a fresh edition of the program AM Update on your number one Radio Dial Solutions 93.9 FM.
My name is Favor Oloruntola. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating their birthday today, especially Franca. Happy birthday to you. Long life and prosperity. I believe that Nigeria is going to be great and it's going to be better. That's just my belief.
Okay, and my prayer is that when Nigeria eventually gets better, we will all benefit.
Yes, we'll benefit from the betterment.
Because we are all suffering the sufferings now. We're all experiencing the suffering. So when it gets better, by the grace of God, we will all be alive to enjoy.
You know what I love about our audience? Even when we are lamenting, there is always one person that would always be happy. Ademola Adebayo, thank you for the dancing emoji. We will always be happy despite what is going on in Nigeria. Good morning.
Okay, my name is Adi Dambala. Have a great day.